What's up, everybody, and welcome back. So, we are about to get into some more stories because, as you know, this is Roman B. Reddits. Alright, so the story that we're about to go over is called Trauma Dumping Date. Alright? And, yes, I've had this one as well. Okay. So it starts, I, 35 female, went on a date with a fellow 35 male. He trauma dumped on me the entire time. It was about 1.5 hour date, and he told me one horrible thing after another about his life. His sister, brother, mom, dad, aunt, uncle, cousins all hate him. The whole date was about how he is the black sheep of the family. Not a great way to start a date. I'm just gonna say you don't want to start off bitching and moaning about your entire fucking life. I think he wanted approval or sympathy because I can't imagine why he thought he should tell me all this. Yeah, he's obviously looking for something. Some sort of, emotional support. I thought it was extremely entitled and emotionally immature for him to ask this on the date. To him, everyone was a bad guy and he was the victim. His mom is psychotic and cruel and lacks boundaries. His uncle, the main subject of the date, however, is immoral and has narcissistic personality disorder. His sister is a cruel person, etc., etc. His last two workplaces fired him because he had the courage to speak up about issues that are not, in my opinion, real issues. He talked about money issues. He talked about how colleagues accused him of nepotism. He talked about how COVID screwed him. He talked about his dad being toxic. This guy is just fucking a downer from the sounds of it. I find it hard to believe that this guy doesn't have some role to play in this situation. He's a good-looking guy with a master's degree and lots of promise and potential. A white male, able-bodied, drove an SUV to the date, clearly isn't struggling from profound disadvantages in life compared to many people. At one point, I just started saying I'm really sorry, after every bad thing he said, hoping he would start to catch on. To be honest, I thought it was pretty manipulative of him to make it so difficult for a date to get up and leave because he just told me such sensitive personal material the entire time. Don't go over your life drama on a fucking first date. Just don't do it. It is immature. It's ridiculous. You need to be focusing on each other, not talking about your fucking ex and not that he did, but issues with his family and all that. That needs to be left in the background. He needs to be focusing on you, okay? Thoughts, takes, am I the asshole? Would you provide feedback in a follow-up text and suggest they get help? Or is it just better to say a friendly, no thanks? Would you have left mid-date? If so, how to gracefully exit earlier? I'm gonna be honest with you. If I were to go on a date and somebody just started trauma dumping on me, which has happened, like I said, I would want to leave. Absolutely, I would want to leave. I wouldn't, because I'm just one of those people that tortures themselves way too much with being a good person and actually wanting to help people with their problems. It always backfires on me, but I'd have this weird thing of wanting to help others. I want to make everybody else around me feel happier, even if it makes me feel worse. I don't know what it is. It's built in. I can't get rid of it. I've tried, still trying to a degree, but I've come to terms with myself. But at the same time, I don't think that you're the asshole for this. I absolutely do not. This person should not have been trauma dumping on you on the first date to begin with, let alone going through his entire fucking family and listing off all of their issues, which leads me to believe that this guy may have more issues than all of them combined together. Because if you're just blaming everybody else, chances are you haven't looked inward and seen that you might be part of the problem. Because 9 times out of 10, if you're having issues like this, you are part of the problem. Not always, but more than likely, alright? As far as a follow-up text, I don't know if I would necessarily do that. I would probably, if they ever asked me out again, I would probably just, like you said, say, no thanks, sorry, you know, I had a good time. You can lie a little bit, white lies, you know, they don't hurt anybody. You can say, you know, like, I had a good time, it was fun, but at my current point in life, I think that I need to focus a little bit more on myself. That would probably be the best way to handle it. They may not accept it, but that's on them. That ain't on you. Alright? So, as far as leaving mid-date, I wouldn't do it. You can do it, but I wouldn't suggest doing it unless you're feeling, like, immediately, like, threatened in some sense or some manner. Alright? I don't know. Maybe that's just because that's who I am. As far as gracefully exiting earlier, you don't want to just disappear. You don't want to be that person. Don't be that person. If anything, I would have sat down and been like, okay, listen, I really came into this with high hopes of us having a good date. Unfortunately, the entire time that we have spent here, you've been non-stop complaining about everybody in your life. And I'm honestly looking for somebody who's a little bit more caught up and as far as, you know, dealing with issues to where that you don't have to go to a complete stranger and just start listing off issues with people in your family, okay? So, but that, again, that's just me. That's how I would handle the situation. That's not necessarily means that it's the right way to handle the situation. Again, I'm a people pleaser. I don't like people to be sad. I don't like people to get hurt. I just don't like that, you know, so I am going to try and leave everything in as positive as a manner as possible, even if I know that it's not going to work out, and I'm trying to let them know that it's just not going to work out, you know? But anyways, alright, let's go down to the comments and see what they said. Graze says, haha, I had a date like this once. I contemplated excusing myself to the bathroom and dipping, but we both had bought movie tickets and we were waiting for the movie. I should have left. Movie was live action Lion King 2019. No! No! Disney's ruined so many fucking movies. Why would you go to the live action Lion King? Okay? No. Fucking go see the Avengers or some shit. I don't fucking know. It's 2019? Yeah, the Avengers are out. Go fucking watch Incredible Hulk kick some ass. Alright, so anyways, the movie was live action Lion King 2019. We ended up having to sit in the front row where he proceeded to sing along loudly. He proceeded to sing the songs loudly along with the fucking live action Lion King Disney movie. I'm sorry, Grace. I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. Grace goes on to say that we were in our late 30s. You don't need to critique. You don't even need to respond if you don't want to. He's a grown-ass man. Move your merry butt right along and bother him no more. And bother with him no more. I guess is actually what it actually said. OP responds, I love that. I agree. Thank you for your perspective. That's a good response. That's a good response. Shows that you know, that you are appreciative and that you're not just here to just, you know, babble and have people praise you. Okay, so this next person says, I'd like to hear everybody else's side of the story. I get the feeling that they are not the issue, and please stay safe, OP. He's got issues. Next person replied to that says, agreed. When literally everyone in the social circle of the family are crazy, you gotta ask yourself, what's the common denominator here? The people around this guy or this guy? I agree 100% with this person, and to which OP responds, I think you two are right. I decided to unmatch and then block his number without any comments. Just a quick disappearance sort of thing. I just get a really bad feeling about this guy, and that is good. I hate ghosting, but this seems like a case where ghosting might be the best option, because it sounds like this person may be a little bit manipulative and could attempt to try and turn it back around on you and make you feel like the asshole for not wanting to go back out on the date, which you're not. You have the right to pick and choose your mates. You have the right to pick and choose who you hang out with. You have the right to pick and choose your happiness, okay? And obviously, this person is going to not add happiness, but in fact, the opposite of. They are going to trauma dump into your pot of stew and make that part of your life now, and then you're gonna have to deal with it. So better to cut ties and just get the hell out of there, which you did, and you did it in a somewhat polite way, and I respect that. Somebody said that he's a 35-year-old boomer. You can't make this up. OP would just laugh at that. That's fucking funny. Alright, this person says, I had this happen to me and I stopped dealing with him after a second date. I found out that he was arrested a year later for domestic violence with a girl that he got after me. I would drop this guy as soon as possible if I were you. OP responds, yikes, thank you for the tip. I definitely got a bad feeling. I also suspected that he must have been aware that he was making it difficult for me to make a graceful exit by using these social norms. Keep the polite person stuck. And yes, that's textbook narcissism right there. And then the person who had said this replied back, exactly, he's not a victim at all, but acts like one so that he can lure women in. Did you end up talking to him again or just ghosting him? Which they didn't respond, but if you had read up like we did just a moment ago, she did end up ghosting him, which, again, like I said, I'm never like the biggest fan of, but in this case, it fits, and it fits like a glove, and we're not talking like if it doesn't fit, you must have quit. Like, this shit is, it fits snug. This ain't no OJ Simpson trial going on here. Oh, the lady says, you owe him nothing, and that is 100% the truth. 100% the truth. Someone says, goodness, this sounds like a lot of first dates. I'm sorry you had to go through this. He definitely seems like he plays the victim well, but I would absolutely provide feedback in a calm and sympathetic way. It's probably why he is still single if he does this on every first date. And I agree with that. Feedback in a calm and sympathetic and polite manner is going to just be way better in all aspects of life, not just dating. If somebody comes to you and starts an argument, don't argue back. Just be polite, agree, make, just a couple of, jokes in there, but never fight back, because you're not going to win. This guy does this to every single fucking date that he goes to. What's going to stop him in his tracks is agreeing with him, being polite, and then after you're done with the date, never talk to this dude again, okay? Just don't do it. This last person says, say excuse me, I have to go to the restroom, then sneak out the back door and drive away. I've done this before. I simply will not let somebody waste my time with their bullshit. Again, that's not my preferable way of doing it, but who am I? Who am I? I'm not in this exact situation. I've never been a girl, and I know that, guys can be very manipulative. Not that girls can't be, y'all sure can, but this guy is textbook narcissist, textbook manipulator, bad news bear. Glad that you got away from him, glad that you ghosted him, and that you were very polite about it. Alright, so round of applause. You did a great job. You survived this date, and move on to many more, okay? Or not many more. Hopefully you'll only have one last one, and that'll be your future husband. But that might not be the case. So just keep being you, keep being positive, keep being cheery. Don't let this type of shit get you down. You're the shit. You are worth more than what this guy has to offer, okay? So with that being said, that's where we're going to end this video. So I hope that you guys had a great time. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it if you did. Like this video and ring that bell over there so that you know when we're kicking it. Also, I have a Patreon where I've currently dropped, and for the future will have the early access membership at only $1 now, and you have a 7-day free trial to see if you even like it. But what I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to build up this community, and I'm trying to get it to where we can do bigger and better things other than just gaming, other than just reaction videos. I want us to grow and make big shit happen. I want to make movies with you guys. I want you guys to be along for the fucking ride. I want to just blow this shit up and make something beautiful out of the confetti. Okay? So, anyways, that's gonna be it. I appreciate you sticking around and hanging out with me. I love each and every one of you. Till the next time, deuces. I promise you that I will see you when I see you. And until next time, love you guys. Stay safe out there and watch out for narcissistic assholes. Alright? Love y'all.